So in this first clip, it's a regain transition. I like the underlapping run from the fullback, who's goal side of his marker. He attacks the space well, and then it becomes about trying to create a 1v none within the penalty box for me, trying to create space and an openings. But here it's clustered, there's nobody in a 1v none, so there's no one really coming in around the back as an example, or one peeling towards the penalty spot, scanning and being available for the space. And then of course you've got to coach the decision making there within the low probability area of taking a shot perhaps. This example is consolidating possession over a quick fast counter attack. It's just recognising the difference, and it's nice 1 and 2 touch play. Here there's an argument to say that he could play through the central areas. He's obviously got to look after this ball, part of the security, part of the England DNA of in possession, securing possession. It's perhaps not the best opportunity with which to take a 1v1. But in here, finds a player who can find space and turn, and it is the right moment for penetrating and a good time run. That's just unfortunate with the ball control. In this next example, this is a fast counter transitional moment. They get a regain off their build-up. Now we've got the opportunity. So in this particular instance here, I'd like to see this player really attack that second 6-yard space where it's open in here. I don't mind that the striker tries to get between the centre backs for a poacher's finish. There's no sort of 1v nons. He could all equally just hold his position on the penalty spot for a 1v non. But the decision again to shoot from that angle is where the coaching needs to perhaps take place. So when we get a regain here, it's the decision on whether it's a fast counter attack, and we should be looking to penetrate here. The best placed player to do it perhaps be the number 9, but that depends on the profile of player, what kind of profile he is. As it isn't, we've picked and choose our moment with which to penetrate here, and I love this. This is what we need to encourage: more playing through ball size passing lanes, playing through tight spaces, and creating high quality of chances. The work within this would obviously be within the composure of the finishing. So there's going to be another counter-attacking transition here. Good inception. It's good that he's available in transition. There's good reaction early doors here. He secures it with really good technique and good body shape. He releases it with central circulation. There is an argument to maybe say this right-sided player here could attack the space for third-man play. The quality of the pass here isn't great, and it gives the defender the opportunity to win it back and almost kills the attack. But the transition reaction from two players upon losing it is a plus point and a very positive. Here there's a 4 versus or 3 versus 2 in the penalty box potential. Could we be crossing here around the back of the defence? Is there movement there to create a 1v none? But then there is space in and around the penalty spot. There is space in and around the back post. There could be manipulation of the two defenders to try and create some movement. But I do like the counter-pressing structures behind the line of the ball, and on the front foot the first player dictates the tempo. So as the regain takes place, good counter-pressing, you've now got a great moment here. The fullback could, for me, perhaps push up and in towards the D for counter-pressing. You've got the winger catching out the fullback who's ball watching, and I think the number 9 is in an offside position. It's good deception, I would encourage that, but again we've taken a shot from a low probability area rather than working it into the better areas. Modern way of playing out from the back, we've got to use the penalty box as depth. So this defender for me here should already be dropping down the sides of the 6, as you'd see a John Stones do or a Laporte do, to pull away from this defender for time and space. Likewise on this side, which this player's trying to do, in order to just give them that little bit more time and space. And again, the goalkeeper could come out and support just a little bit more for the pass back. But it is a high pressure situation. The central midfielder, I feel as though, could come in here and just do a little set pass back, using the eyes up trigger to come in at speed. So we consolidate possession here. With his back to play, can he still play forwards in a 1v1? He can. So this is a positive, and we've got that penetration through central areas and a high quality 1v none in that second 6-yard box. I feel as though the process of this attack is good. The central midfielder playing between the lines, getting in that 1v none where he can turn and play forwards. So we're looking after the ball, we're just consolidating and trying to pick the right moment to penetrate. But this movement here from the right forward is good because he breaks the back line. He pulls the full back out, and then on the right trigger penetrates the space in behind. And then, of course, it's about the movement again in the box. Are we all making the same runs? Is the awareness of space? Are we getting across in front of our players? Is there any 1v nons taking place? And then is that delivery in a good area? Could have been whipped along the floor, the cross, if I'm being hypercritical. And then we've got the counter-pressing structures to try and prevent the counter-attack afterwards. This right wing play here is fantastic, not only to read it and intercept with the player from his blind side, but then he gets on his base, he recognises that this is a good attacking opportunity and gets into space in there, recognises where he can, and the movement here is where he's going to create a goal. So they've got a 2v1 here, he's on the inside of his fullback, but he's going to create a problem for the centre-back, and then he's going to go on the eyes up trigger where the cross could come, and he's just got both defenders leaning towards him, creating that 1v none in that 6 yard box here for the forward. Preference thing from this, I would have the centre back much deeper and have the goalkeeper coming in and supporting so he can switch out through this. This is England players we're referring to. Our three players on the opposite side of the pitch, so I'd like to think from the middle third we could work this out of pressure. The throw is not particularly of high quality and the pass back is not of high quality. Uses good technique to shield the ball and look after it. We could set one touch here, slows down the attack with perhaps too many touches, but we get the rub of the green. But it's a good 1 and 2 touch play from the player to penetrate just there. It's all about the speed of the attack from here. The 1v1 specialism there is you can look at that particular area, but the counter pressing is good here. So again, we're back to deciding when's the right moment to penetrate. Good to get in a 1v non just here into space. Not the best touch, but we've got a potential to penetrate here on the eyes up trigger with this little sliding pass that we missed the opportunity to, and it results in, well, the technique and the decision making there results in a turnover for Germany. So in this example, because the goalkeeper's between the two centre-backs, this far side centre-back could be much deeper and have more depth, or the goalkeeper could be more ball side and give himself more time and space on the ball. There's the lack of depth. They've got a nice triangle, but there's not width and depth here again. So this centre-back could come much quicker to drop and pull players out. But I'm okay with the goalkeeper going long because he picks the right target to look after the ball and shield it with back to play, that 1v1 specialism with back to play. And again, we're looking for the right opportunity to penetrate. The space here for the 9 to run into, the space here for the wide forward to attack the broken back line. As it is, we're forced out wide, so again we're looking at the movement here in the box. Deception. This player here has found a 1v non, he's lost his marker, and the number 9 creates that space by taking his player to the front post for him. So I like that little play there. And you've got the counter pressing structures again behind the line of the ball in case we lose it.